This is going to be my review of the Falcam Treeroot tripod coming up. So real quick, before we jump into the review, I just want to set the scene. I've been using a tripod from K&F Concepts for my primary tripod to record all my YouTube videos and some photography. I don't really do too much photography, just it's primarily YouTube. And I wanted to find a better travel tripod for an upcoming Hawaii trip, which I'm on right now. I wanted something that was lighter weight and compact to travel with. That K&F Concepts doesn't collapse very small, and it is quite heavy, so it wasn't going to be a very good travel tripod. So that led me down the rabbit hole of looking for a good travel tripod. I think the first one that everybody looks at is the one from Peak Design, but the reviews on it are not that great. Most of the bad reviews seem to come from the legs and collapsing, so I started looking at others. It's also not cheap by any means. The first travel tripod I ordered was the Photo Pro Carbon Fiber X Air Cross 3 Lite. This one right here, I'll throw a link in the description if you're curious. That tripod did seem pretty nice. It was really light, really compact, and I liked the head on it. It all seemed to work pretty good, except for the leg extensions. The click that you did in order to extend them, it felt like it was going to break in short order. But the reason I returned that one was because the legs would not hold, no matter how tight I tried to lock them down. The weight of my Canon EOS R and a 14 to 35 lens was enough weight to cause those legs to collapse. They just wouldn't hold. And my wife was the one that said, okay, well, you think that $100 is a lot for a tripod, or even $400 or $500 is a lot for a tripod, but when you're putting a $4,000 setup on top of that tripod, it makes a little bit more sense to start spending some money on that tripod to trust it. So that's kind of what led me down the road of looking at more expensive ones in the $400 range, leading me to the Treeroot. Sorry that took so long to actually get to the actual review of the Treeroot, but I just kind of wanted to set the scene. We are in Hawaii right now. We came out here to do a 20th anniversary / wedding ceremony / birthday trip for my now wife. We've been together for 20 years, but we've only been married for about a year, and then we just did the ceremony a couple of days ago. So I wanted the tripod for this trip so that I could take some photos of Kilauea at the volcano, maybe do some time lapse. I also wanted to do some astrophotography, also a long exposure of something like the ocean and waterfalls and stuff like that. That's why I got the tripod. Well, I didn't end up taking a lot of those photos because of the issues that I had with the Treeroot. Now I'm going to go over the positives before I get into the reason why I'm returning this, so stick around. So some of the things that I really like about it, I like the design. It's very compact, and I really like these legs. It's like a third turn to unlock them, and then they fall out. Many videos show that, so you probably don't need me to go over it, but yeah, I really like that design. If you didn't know, these little rubber feet pop off, and you got some spikes underneath them. I haven't taken them off, but there are spikes underneath there. It's a little heavier than I would like, and a little bit heavier than I expected, but it is manageable. This is what it looks like in my Peak Design 20-liter backpack. It fits, I'd say it's a little tall. It fits a little better going across the bottom, but then it's harder to get in and out. It tends to tip out away from my back just a little bit, and I think that's more to do with the way that the Peak Design backpack is set up. I think they could make some adjustments, some tweaks, and that would improve, but it does fit in here. And I was hiking around the volcano with this in there without any issues. I didn't get too fatigued or anything like that. I also decided to go with the Treeroot and not the Treeroot Lite because of the way that the ball head worked. I liked the mechanisms of the Treeroot more than the Treeroot Lite. Thought that it worked just a little bit better. So that's what led me to spend more money on this. At the time, the Treeroot Lite was like $230 during the Prime Day deals, and this one was $399. So I decided to bite the bullet and get this one. Now, the negative and the reason why I will be returning this $400 tripod. So this centerpiece raises up to get the camera higher. This right here is the problem. So I'm bringing this closer so that you can actually see. There's a screw right here that's supposed to create tension on this center shaft so that you can raise it up. And I have loosened it all the way up. And now I'm going to try and raise That's the reason I'm returning this. At the volcano, I could not get that up. Couldn't get it up.
That's what she said!
Another good one! You're on fire!
Fought with it for like an hour. Could not get this thing to raise. Loosened this, tightened it, moved stuff around, jiggled it, wiggled it. Like, I could not get this thing to move. When I got back to the hotel, I was able to get some leverage on it and got it to move. I don't really have anything to lubricate it with me, so I used some Carmex and I put that on there, and that helped about that much, as you can see. I'm able to get it to move, but it is freaking tight. And what's really bad is you have to raise it up at least a little to be able to use the ball head. With it all the way down, this is about how much movement you have with the ball head. So it kind of renders it pretty useless if you can't raise this up. But not only the issues that I had at the volcano, I also got this and wanted to set it up to record our vows. So I was in the process of setting it up, trying to get it where I wanted it. And it was just a little bit taller than what I wanted because I did have this up after fighting with it. And I wanted to lower it just a little bit. Well, I had my camera on top of here, just with this 50 millimeter lens, so it wasn't a big lens or anything like that. I didn't want to push down on the top of the camera. So I took the camera off, and this was my mistake, but I had it in my hand and I was trying to push down on it. It wasn't going, and all of a sudden it moved a little bit. And then I dropped the camera out of my hand, tried to break the fall with my foot, and I had my DJI Mic Mini receiver on top of it. And as you can hopefully see, the clip is now crooked because it broke when it hit my foot or the ground or whatever. And the part that's actually broken is part of the housing on the transmitter. So now I have to get a whole new transmitter or a whole new Mic Mini if I want a working clip for the transmitter, because this was slid into the hot shoe on the camera and it broke. And that's why I'm returning this thing. This should be a lot smoother than it is. So needless to say, I'm not happy. Overall, I think it's pretty cool if it weren't for that one issue. But I'm not happy. And I'm sorry that this is not a positive review on the tripod because that's all you can find on it so far. They did not pay me to do this video, and they did not send this to me. I paid for this myself, and I guess we're just going to wrap this video up. That's it for my honest review on the Falcam Treeroot tripod. I will be returning it. Maybe I'll try the Treeroot Lite. I might send an email to customer service and see what they want to do. But at the time being, I'm returning this. That's all I got for you. We'll catch you on the next project. See ya.